Alright guys, welcome back into another PGA DFS video. This week got the Players Championship played at TPC Sawgrass. It's widely known as the 5th major in golf. This tournament is going to bring in a lot of casual PGA DFS players, and so with that we can really gain an edge, especially with some of the soft pricing that DraftKings and FanDuel have came out with. Yahoo's actually pretty easy this week as well. We'll be posting those lineups on the Patreon page for all 3 this week, so look for that. But this week, I did mention they have some soft pricing. There's a lot of players that we've already played this year. A lot of the casual fans won't notice how good of years that they're having, so we can really gain an edge doing that. Going over the recap of last week, as you guys know, we cashed again. 9 out of 10 full tournament field events we've cashed in so far this year, so it's been a really good year. We'll do the breakdown here right now, so do the video breakdown for you guys. We're going to do the recap of last week, we're going to go over the core plays for this week, and then we're going to go over the broad player pool, give you guys those picks and our our core feel for the overall tournament. Let's get into the recap. Alright, so last week, as you guys know, like I just said, we cashed again. 9 out of 10 full tournament field events we cashed in. So it's been doing really well. You can see at the bottom right there, our lineups right there. So it actually was really unfortunate. We're doing really well. Billy Horschel was top 10. As you guys know, Keegan Bradley was winning it after Saturday, so that was really nice. We had some really nice green screens going. Thought I might be able to take down a tournament, especially with this lineup. That didn't happen. We did have some, really good lineups. This one's still cash in GPP, still cash in the, cash events as well. It's a really good week still, but it was almost a really good week. Billy Horschel and Keegan Bradley really let me down on that weekend swing. They both went like +5 on Sunday. So that was unfortunate, but still a good week. Still 9 out of 10 weeks where we've cashed and profited in PGA DFS, so that's good. On the left-hand side there, you can see, there we go. You can see, the overall breakdown. The 4 core plays, they all made the cut. They all had, pretty good finishes. Like I said, Keegan Bradley let us down, but Lucas Glover continued to dominate, had a top 10 finish. Charles Howell was a really easy play. He had a top 15 finish. And then, you see down at the bottom, the high-end plays really got on to Rory McIlroy. Later on in the week, the problem was a lot of my Rory lineups had Jason Day. I actually had one lineup with Rory, Keegan, and Matthew Fitzpatrick. And Jason Day. It was looking really good for a while, and then obviously, Jason Day was out, so that was really unfortunate. Anyone that had that bad beat of Jason Day, that sucks. That's just kind of why they call it gambling, That's unfortunate, but that's kind of why you like to play GPPs, and in our cash lineup, we didn't have Jason Day, so hopefully you guys use that, and let's hope we can keep cashing. Let's get into the core plays for this week, though. It should be a good week. So with a lot of the core plays here, it's going to be a lot of the same players that I've been playing the whole year, and they're easy cash plays. You can play them in GPPs as well. That's one thing about PGA DFS, is that a lot like the NFL, where you have that solid cash build, that's actually also going to be good for GPPs as well, because if they're going to be in your cash lineup, that means they're going to make the cut. If they're going to make the cut, they're going to be earning you points the whole weekend, so that's really good. So Paul Casey, I really don't get the price in here. Priced at under 8K for some reason. He's only played this event 3 times in the last 4 years. He had 2 top 25 finishes in that span. He also withdrew in 2015. So, that's okay. He's been playing really well this year as well. He's a great stat fit, though. Top 31 in all the stats I'm looking at. But the key thing here is he's top 7 in ball striking, so really good stat fit. Ian Poulter, once again, we're going to be playing him again. He's just doing really well, and he's kind of going unnoticed. Well, not unnoticed, but people just don't like playing Ian Poulter, and that's something that we can benefit from. We're going to continue to benefit from it, and he has really good course history. He finished T11 here last year, and then finished 2nd the year before that. So Lucas Glover, as you guys know, he really only had that missed cut. Other than that, his lowest finish has been top or T17, so he's really good form so far this year, and he's just a good stat fit. I mean, he is the best stat fit once again for the 3rd straight week. And people just don't want to play him. I don't know why. And the casual golf fan, I don't think they're going to realize that Lucas Glover has been having this really good of a season. You could say on a DFS standpoint that he's been having the best season so far out of any player, given his price point each week. So I really like Lucas Glover once again as a pick. So let's get into the overall core plays for this week. All right, so we can start off the build on the top end here. Those guys are going to be good options, and it's going to be really easy to fit them into your builds. It's kind of figuring out which ones you want to go with. Now, Dustin Johnson, he's actually been struggling with his total driving stat, but if you take that driver out, he's actually one of the best stat fits. He's the best long iron player in the field, so you can roll with that. Justin Thomas, really good course history, as well as DJ. You really can't go wrong with either of these two. JT and DJ haven't missed a cut here in the last 4 years. Well, not a real bad option. Rory did miss a cut here last year, but before that, he had made 3 straight cuts. And so far this year, he has 5 top 10 finishes in just 6 starts. He is one of the best stat fits. He is top 27 in all the stats that I'm looking at. He was 4th overall on total in my course model. So he is going to be one of my favorite options if I'm going to be going to the high tier, just because I don't want to pay up totally for DJ. I'd rather just roll with Rory. He's been playing really well. Justin Rose, really good stat fit as well. Has some good course history. The recent form is kind of worrisome, so I probably won't have as much ownership to him as I typically would. Xander Schauffele. Now, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be where the casual golf fan doesn't really notice how well he has been doing. 9 out of 9 cuts. It's really good stat fit as well. Top 20 according to my model. And he just had a T2 here last year. He's going to be a sneaky little option for us. If you want to start out your builds at the 9K range, you can, but you'll have a lot of money left over. That's the problem there. He might not be a bad option to stack in there with Rory or someone. Tommy Fleetwood, not a horrible option. He's made 2 straight cuts here, including a T7 last year. He's not a bad stat fit as well. His lowest stat fit was 70th, and that's with his long iron game, but he's a really good ball striker as well. Webb Simpson, he's Webb Simpson. You're kind of paying a lot for a former winner that's just going to make the cut. I don't think he's going to win it again, but he's a good stat fit. Won the tournament last year. Not a horrible option for you. Tony Finau, I think a lot of people are going to be going with him. Have to look at his ownership to see if I need to fade him or not. Not a horrible option. Hideki's not going to be a bad option for you as well. He did have the missed cut here last year, but other than that, he had 3 straight years of T20 finishes or better. Really good stat fit as well. He's 2nd in strokes gained approach. All right, so now Matt Kuchar. Matt Kuchar's going to be a strong option for us. Finished T17 here last year, 82 the year before that, then a T3 finish. He's top 5 in ball striking. He's 16th in total driving, 5th in bogey avoidance, 19th in strokes gained approach. He's a really good stat fit. If you can fit him into your build, you should. He's going to be one of my core plays as well. I already touched on Paul Casey, but he is just in great form. He's pretty much going to guarantee you a top 20 finish if he's going to make the cut. I have him as one of the strongest likelihoods to make the cut. He's top 5 in that stat. So I think Paul Casey, you can just put him into your builds and lock in that top 20 finish. Louis Oosthuizen, I honestly think last week he got to like the 17th hole and just said, I don't want to play this weekend. I'm playing bad. Let's just get ready for the players. And, he does have good course history as well. He missed a cut here last year, but before that, he was playing really well. 3 straight med cuts, also a 2nd overall finish. He's one of the best ball strikers in the field as well. Ian Poulter, we are touchdown, just playing some great golf, and people just don't want to play him. We can keep benefiting from that. He is 8th in ball striking, 7th in that long iron distance if he needs to go that. He's also a really good total driver, top 10 in that. So he's going to be a really good stat fit for us. Mark Leishman, you can roll with him if you want to. He's made 3 out of 4 cuts here. He's just been making cuts this year as well. But he also does have a little bit of upside. Not a horrible play. Probably won't be going with that, but he was a top 25 stat fit according to my model. Now, Gary Woodland. He's made 2 out of 4 cuts here, but I've said this before. This is the best golf that Gary Woodland has played in his whole career. He's 1st in ball striking, 9th in strokes gained approach, 3rd in total driving and that long iron distance, 57th in ball striking, or bogey avoidance. Gary Woodland is just going to be a great play. Playing the best golf of his career. He might go a little bit unnoticed to the casual golf fan, but I know he does have that 7 top 10 finishes, so that might lead some ownership towards him. We'll have to see what his ownership is, but there's just so many good, strong options down here at this, below a K range. Rafa Corbello, he's not a bad option. He's going to make the cut, should be able to produce. I probably won't be playing him that much. You saw Billy Horschel there. He's just been a cut maker as well. If you want to roll with him, you can. Keegan Bradley, once again, Keegan making the build. He's made 3 straight cuts here, including the T7 last year. Playing some phenomenal golf here. He was the 6th best stat fit according to my model. He's T19 in ball striking, 7th in strokes gained approach, 60th in ball strike or bogey avoidance, and he's 13th in that long iron distance. So he's really checking all the boxes at this course. The price point there is just too good to pass up. Same with Charles Howell here, who's coming off of the T17 finish here last year. He's also playing that really good golf this year. Him and Paul Casey, I feel like you're just locking in top 25 finishes there, so really strong option. Charles Howell is 3rd in ball striking, 2nd in bogey avoidance, and 12th in total driving. Just another strong option there. If you want to fade him, you can. I don't know. I need to know who to pay up for, and that's where we're going to struggle with this whole week. Adam Hadwin, he's a cut maker. He should, he's one of the top rated players to make the cut. He might not have as much pop as some of these other players, so I won't be having as much exposure to him, but he should be able to make the cut. Emiliano Grillo, he's finished T37 and T11 at this course. He's 9th in total driving and ball striking, 8th in strokes gained approach, so he's a good stafford as well. I won't have as much ownership to him as well, just because there's a lot better options in this range. Someone like Lucas Glover, just so cheap for his production. Like I said, that one missed cut. Other than that, T17 or better this year. So I just don't get this price range. Best overall stat fit according to my model this week. So I'm going to have a lot of Lucas Glover. It's just, you see that core right there, right now. It's hard to pay up from there. Like, I honestly would be fine with this build right here. But obviously, you don't want to leave 5K on the board. So we got to figure out where to go up from there. Let's dip it down a little bit lower, though. Continue the player pool. I do think you can roll with Zach Johnson again. It looks like he's finally, come around. His game's finally come around to how it had typically been throughout his whole career. He's made 4 straight cuts at this course. Zach Johnson is just typically a cut maker. Abraham Answer, he is coming off that missed cut last week. Last week. He's made 8 out of 11 cuts. He's really good stat fit according to my model. He was top 30 according to my model. Like I said last week, Matthew Fitzpatrick was just way too cheap for the world-class player that he is. He had that, second overall finish last week. I don't think he's going to do that good at this course this time, but he's still a pretty good option. Anytime you can get a world-class player that cheap, it's not too bad. Sungjae Im, really good stat fit. He's T31st in ball striking, 41st in bogey avoidance. So I probably won't be playing him that much, maybe 5% of my builds, just because there's no need to, because there's good options like Chez Reavie down here. Chez has made 10 out of 11 cuts so far this year, and he finished T30 and T56 the last 2 years at this course. He's 12th in ball striking, 14th in strokes gained approach. He is 76 in bogey avoidance and T55 in that long iron distance. Another, Jason Kokrak. I mean, I don't know how he's this cheap. He's been playing so good this year. I get it. He's not a big name, but, he's had T46 finish here last year. Checking all the boxes stat-wise. He's 10th in ball striking. He is 3rd in that strokes gained approach. He's 6th in total driving. I mean, he is just a good stat fit. He's in good form. He made the cut here last year. Checking all the boxes. I probably won't have that many players below 7K just because that, slightly below 8K range is so easy, and, all those plays are good plays. But Jason Kokrak and Chez Reavie below 7K, checking all the boxes. You can definitely roll with that if you want to. Ryan Palmer is going to be more of a hit or miss option just because he has 2 mixed cuts here in the last 4 years, but he also has 2 top 25 finishes. He's good stat fit, playing some good golf this year. Sam Ryder kind of falls under that same category as Sungjae Im of players that I won't really be playing, maybe one lineup, but they really could pop. I could see those 2 having a top 10 finish, but I just don't see the point of playing up for them. Scott Piercy, not a bad option as well. 10 out of 12 cuts made so far this year. He's just a good stat fit. Him and Nick Watney are going to be 2 options that I probably won't play that much. Once again, I don't want to go below that 7K range too much. But if you have to go down, I think Nick Watney would probably be my favorite option under that 6.5K mark. Nick Watney, good stat fit. Made it 8 out of 10 cuts so far this year. He had T37 here last year, and he's top 25 in ball striking. Still, if you want to go lower, Brandon Steele might not be a horrible option. He's a really good ball striker, really good at total driving, and maybe his game finally came around last week because he had that T17 finish. If you want to roll with, I'm not going to do that just because I don't want to go that low. Troy Merritt, he is coming off of that surgery that he had, but other than that, he would be a good stab fit. He was playing some really good golf before that, made 6 out of 7 cuts, but that's kind of a wait and see so far. But that's really all the picks I have for you guys. I will be posting the lineup on the Patreon page, so look for that. I'm just got to figure out where to go up. Going to be making a lot of GPP builds this week, probably more of a GPP week. But obviously, I want to get that 10 out of 11 straight weeks of cash in the full tournament field events. So we will be posting that cash lineup as well. Let's have a good week and let's keep cashing.
Yeah.